eat the most easy singles on fucking...
Yeah, on bread. The worst fucking school sandwich my ma used to make. I didn't mind any of the ones she gave me, but cheese on bread isn't a sandwich.
No, it's just cheese. Yeah. It's cheese on bread.
Yeah, with butter.
And then on Wednesday, you got this, like, currant bun thing. Like
bun with currants.
Yeah. You know, exactly. A currant bun.
That's what it's called. A new bun.
Yeah, it's of the zeitgeist. It's contemporary bun.
Post-contemporary bun.
This is a post-contemporary bun.
Brioche.
Anyway, brioche. Anyway, we didn't have brioche. We weren't that fucking fancy. We had current contemporary bun, and then on a Thursday, you get cheese again, didn't you? Didn't like corned beef either. My mate used to make me sandwiches because my man's a legend. And then on Friday, you get chocolate muffin.
From school. Never heard of it.
And you always get like, and do you remember the little cartons of milk?
Yeah.
With the cow, the drawings of the cows, and one that was driving a race car, and one that was flying to space.
I don't remember them because we didn't get any handouts like that for some reason.
And I thought I was in the fucking, you know what I mean, the neglected school.
Yeah, and that's it. It wasn't like, it was a rich school.
Yeah. No.
One of our teachers, one of the students in my class in 6th year made a substitute teacher cry because she called her a cunt.
Nice. Or a sensitive bitch.
But I'd say she was like, this is an 11-year-old who has the capabilities to call me a cunt. That's sad. Like,
that is sad. It is pretty sad, yeah. It is fairly sad.
And like, call her a cunt with conviction. You know what I mean? Like an adult. Like,
I can't believe you didn't get buckets of sambos and buckets of buns and buckets
hands
of
out,
muffins.
nothing.
It's unreal, but then again,
small school.
The amount of kids, I suppose, in mine, some kids probably weren't getting fucking fed.
Mine was out in the back arse of nowhere as well.
True, yeah. Mine was at the bottom of Ballyfermot.
Yeah, they could do whatever service that was, could do a few schools in one day.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it was just people working in the school.
Yeah. I suppose it's probably when you have a school of a certain size.
Yeah.
One I've never went to, they have to have a certain amount of...
I suppose me and you have very different school experiences in terms of size.
Because my secondary school, the whole thing usually max capped at about 220 people.
Jeez, there was probably 100 people in 1 year alone.
Yeah. You'd know everyone's name. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, it was great, yeah. I think I saw, was there 100 people? I suppose there was, yeah. 30 in the class, we 3 or 4 classes at a time.
Yeah, we had 2 classes and then fucking 20 in each, roughly.
Yeah, like in 5th and 6th year, it all broke up. When I went into secondary school, you done an entrance exam, and then you went in and like you were fucking like graded. You were put into class by your grade. Do you know what I mean? Like the higher grade, people who got more marks were put up to the top. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's trickle down, so on and so forth. So like, but when you got to 5th and 6th year, they just all split up. Depends on what classes you picked.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we got to select different classes after 3rd year. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like when I went to a school that had no PE, like my secondary school had no PE.
Which is bizarre.
Yeah, bizarre. Had no books. You did have PE for the less intelligent. If you were put in the lower classes, you got to do PE and art. But if you were anyway intelligent, you had to be square and do numbers.
It's the most fucking backwards thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah, like I'm like not an idiot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like when I was in school, I hated it because it was so fucking methodical. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to go and do art and shit because like I like drawing and all that stuff. Like all the artwork of this podcast, I do. Like, do you know yeah.
It's like even with my school, you had the option.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't.
You could do art, you could do maths, you could do fucking everything.
Yeah. But like when you had to do maths, English, Irish.
Yeah, that was the main staples. Yeah.
And then,
then once you get to at the end of 3rd year, they make you drop a few.
Yeah, drop a few. Yeah. Pick other ones. Yeah, and you have to drop science, and you get like.
See, that just all boils down to what happens that year.
Yeah.
Changes every year. You know what I mean? It was like, I hope I don't fucking have to pick between art and.
Yeah, and so it was like a fucking
history or something.
Yeah, I was like, but I did I done art and history, but the thing was shit about going in and doing art in 5th year was that you had to cram in a lot of stuff in 2 years that wasn't even that good. Do you know what I mean?
Art history?
Yeah. And I covered like the Renaissance and then covered like, but not the Renaissance, even more like fucking like Caravaggio. No, like the fucking Taking of the Christ, you know? Like the big huge paint, it's like very famous. And done all that, and then the art we done was crap. Done posters and stuff like, do you know what I mean? It was pure shit.
Yeah, we did alright stuff.
Never got to, like, the art teacher I had was a fucking lunatic.
Really?
She was just like this, like, obsessive compulsive, like everything had to be like in order and all that stuff. And I was like, well, you're an art teacher. Like, shouldn't there be paint sprayed everywhere and fucking like.
Let someone do what they want to do. Art teacher was fairly cool, I have to say.
Yeah, we couldn't really, like, but that's Catholicism bleeding into the school was miserable. And with the school I went to, John's College, Ballyfermot, shout out.
Oh yeah, man, mine was...
It was miserable when I was there. 2003 to 2008 was fucking grim.
You weren't smoking joints at school, no, weren't you?
No, but it was fingering bitches and all that shit.
Yeah,
so like...
But I was more into smoking joints.
yeah.
Got there eventually.
Out there banging and all,
got there eventually, don't get me wrong, but yeah, like fucking hash in our school was a problem, man.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
we had a smoking area in the school, like it was just like slightly cut off from the bushes so they couldn't see the 40 people smoking cigarettes and hash. There was one stage during the little break which was 15 minutes long. I think there was something like 40 joints smoked. Like,
Fuck that.
like imagine the smell of that
No,
school.
yeah. It's like the bus that used to go through Ballyfermot, like 78A. You get on it, like you'd be putting the change into the little coin thing.
Yeah.
And just a bang of hash all over the bus.
That'd be the exact same walking down the yard to us, man. Because hiding
the smell behind the bush.
I mean, every morning, this was right next to the basketball court, which was right next to the school, and it's not big, you know what I mean? So every morning there'd be 20 people down there. At lunchtime there'd be 40 people down there. At big lunch there'd be 40. Like, we all went down there as soon as the bell rang. They knew what we were doing. It's crazy. Sometimes the teacher would come down and the lads would just like tap out their joints and he'd talk then, and then that was the end of it. He'd never specifically say, "Will you stop smoking hash?" When he should have.
What would he say?
Just bullshit. Vice principal bullshit.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Some lad who has to justify his own job.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. There's always one of them,
Yeah.
wasn't there? Well,
Either that or he was sent down there and he was sound about it.
here's something weird for you, yeah? When I was in secondary school, in third year, the principal died, yeah?
Yeah.
And the vice principal took over, and Lyndon B. Johnson style, he was fucking inaugurated on a plane. I don't know, he wasn't.
Like, I was like, what?
Lyndon B. Johnson took
No,
over.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But brother Declan died, right?
Mm.
And he was the principal. None of him was a fella called Pat McMurray. And but I remember Pat McMurray like giving like a fucking eulogy to the fucking school about fucking. I think it was his funeral, but it wasn't, like, you know what I mean?
I suppose he kind of had to, though.
I know, yeah, but like, I just thought it was so gay. I just thought it was so weird that, like, and he was trying to make us all be like
Sad as fuck.
emotional. It was kind of like, oh, get the kids fucking sad about the teacher, like, do you know, about the principal.
I suppose,
And
yeah.
he was not about a cunt, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, he wasn't the sound lad that everyone would actually miss.
like, one of my mates, you know him as well, he's mad. He has loads of tattoos, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know exactly who I'm talking about, yeah? He was like in the principal's office on reg, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he was like, he was terror.
Constantly
He's a
sent
terror.
out, like,
Yeah, you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, and I love him, but he's mental. He fucking was in there, and he was like, he thought, like, he was in there waiting on the principal. The principal was in the fucking, in his office with somebody else, you know what I mean? So my mate was sitting outside waiting to go into the principal's office.
Yeah.
And he just heard him going mad. And it was to a fella from Nigeria. And he was like, why don't you just go back to your own country?
Jesus Christ.
I don't know why I whispered that. Why don't you just go back to your own country?
Yeah.
Is what he said to this black lad. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
On the phone.
To his face.
Not to his face, sorry.
To a student.
Yeah.
And this is the principal of the school. Like, this is,
yeah, fuck that.
and we were all supposed to feel sad for this racist old man.
Yeah. Literally a fucking cunt. Like this was what, 2009, 10, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 2008, I think.
And none of that shit was going down.
2006.
None of that shit was going down. Like,
No.
fuck that, man.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And then, like,
Was he a priest or a former
he was a
priest?
brother.
Yeah.
And because I think there was a bit of like dispute between stuff going on in there was a lot of back and forth between the school and that young fella's family, like, do you know what I mean? I think there was like some bullshit. But yeah, he was just shouting that, and I think fucking my mate was like, yeah, fuck, when he went into the office, did you hear what you said? You were racist. You know what I mean? He went into the office.
You fucking would.
Yeah, he got brought out and he goes, my mate was like, you were racist. That was terrible what you said to him. Like,
Fair fucking play.
yeah, and I think my mate got suspended or something over making threats at
The
him.
confrontation after.
Yeah. Can't be sure on that now, but like I think something like that
man.
happened. Yeah. He was never in school. He just never went to school.
Yeah, but it's so funny to think about that interaction now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? What would happen? Like, the principal would be fucking... As soon as he found out your mate heard the whole thing, he'd be like, "Oh God, my life is over."
Just
like,
holding it on a phone. Back then it was...
As it should be as well, because that's fucking real fucking...
That's racism.
Yeah.
That's like... You can joke a little bit about racism, but like when it's actually like that, you're just like, man, come on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's
Like,
bad
shut up.
fucking
Like,
form,
yeah.
You went to a fucking Catholic school, so you had uniforms as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had 2 uniforms in secondary school. Uniforms changed.
Really?
From first to third year, you had like a wine jumper.
Oh, yeah, I've
a
seen that
wine
in other schools,
Yeah, and then when you flipped to 6th year, you had navy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my primary school, I had a green jumper.
Yeah, man, the Hacker school jumpers.
Yeah,
I
no,
never
yeah.
wore mine.
No.
I hated the fabric, I hated the way it felt.
The shirt
Hated
as well
everything
is
about
shit.
it. I could deal with the shirt. I just wouldn't tuck it in right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember like always going around just with no jumper on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just with my shirt on, like, and people used to just go and rip your pocket
Oh
off.
man, that was an epidemic.
Yeah,
in high
that was
school.
an epidemic in my school.
Lads had pockets full of 200 pockets.
Yeah.
Not 200 because there was only 200 people in the
Yeah,
school.
one fella.
Yeah, at everyone's pocket, but there was...
Yeah,
like,
it went down all the time.
Like, the principal had to issue a statement
Yeah.
over the intercom to be like, stop with
Over
the
the
pockets.
intercom, yeah.
Because 1 in 20 would just rip the
Yeah.
whole shirt.
I know, yeah,
So
yeah,
they'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, now we have to send them home and all.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think was fucking stupid? Is that it's one thing in school when they're like, you can't have long hair. If you do, you have to tie it back. You can't have a mohawk. You can't have...
I had a mohawk.
So did I. It's fucking told me to go cut it.
Really?
Yeah. But,
No, I didn't tell me.
did you ever notice, I don't know if this was in secondary school, but definitely primary school, they were like, you cannot have a bald head.
In primary school?
Yeah. My primary school
Bald
principal was like
head.
that.
Well, there's plenty of kids in Ballyfermot with bald
That's
heads.
what I mean. Like, and that was the problem, was especially where I was growing up. I think a lot of it was a bald head out of necessity because they couldn't afford to
Couldn't
bring
afford
them
haircuts, just shave their head.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what
And
was
like
going
they
on
were
Ballyfermot.
really given out to
Yeah.
like sent home like, what the
That's
fuck do you
hard.
think you're doing? Like,
That's fucking stupid.
yeah, man,
Yeah. The heck of that, man.
it's weird. And like I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, in secondary school they were kind of
No, I came with this. I was like proper, like had a shaved head to the bone. Like,
Yeah.
when I was in school.
I was close enough, definitely. I went
Yeah.
fucking 2 all over, but
Really?
Yeah.
I like done a 0.
I still got 2 all over.
Yeah. No,
Maybe.
I get a nice
Who
hair.
knows?
Like, who knows?
I could look like
Who knows?
anything.
Try and imagine a Jewish ginger Chinese person. That's what Bruce looks like.
I'll take it. I'll take it just for the mystery alone.
From space. Another fucking weird thing in primary school, it's not weird, it's common, but it's hacky, is communion and confirmation.
Yeah, the whole
Like, what
shebang.
were your confirmation clause?
clothes.
That was a thing, going to get your confirmation clause with your man.
was.
Going to Arnott's, that's what we done. We were fucking...
It was
a high life.
I think I just wore like very basic shit.
Did you?
Yeah.
I got like a lot of skate. I didn't want to wear like a shirt and all that. I got like skate brand, like hoodie and jeans. 2003, Jackass was at its
Yeah,
prime.
no, like I was near that, but it wasn't hoodie and jeans. It was like a shirt and a pair of trousers. I
Yeah,
liked
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean,
yeah,
type
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, but
But-
you still wear a shirt and a pair of trousers.
Not anymore. I wouldn't
You're
wear a
going
shirt. Reluctantly,
I've-
I will throw on a shirt. I don't even know if it fit, but no, it would fit me. Yeah.
I'll tell you something funny. I have a shirt that I wear every so often when I'm going out, and nearly every time I've worn it, I've gotten with a bordle. I think it's a lucky shirt.
Or yeah, girls just like shirts.
Girls like shirts, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's weird, though, isn't it?
yeah, it is weird.
Yeah.
If you go into town,
That's what I mean. The lads like that was 2 years ago.
but if you go into town, every lad is wearing a shirt as well.
Yeah, but then I just showed up in a t-shirt and I was just like, something's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends where you go as well.
That's it, yeah.
Because if you go somewhere that no one else is wearing a shirt, and you're wearing a
You
shirt,
stand out.
yeah,
If you're wearing a t-shirt, you don't stand out.
no, they're just like, look at that bum.
There's a paradox way.
Yeah.
Hack at that paradox.
That's why you're fucking hacking not being able to go to town in a pair of fucking tracksuit bottoms. Man.
Yeah,
Grinds my
that's-
fucking gears. Especially when I'm like walking in with my girlfriend and 3 friends, and like I'm like, what do you think's gonna happen here?
Yeah, like I remember like trying to go into a place with all the others, and I was like, I'm not gonna get in. You're like, just try it. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get in. I had a full tracksuit.
And there was
on,
loads of us
Yeah.
going in.
Had like a full, just a black Nike tracksuit on, like, and they were like, I was like, oh yeah, your mum was just like, no, and I was just
Yeah.
like this is worth the same amount as
Yeah.
normal clothes. Like, do you know what I mean? Like this is a good tracksuit. Like.
I get the same going to a restaurant
Yeah.
with me missus out.
Oh yeah, you got told not to wear.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
Oh man, I couldn't believe it.